All right, there's some very big breaking news coming in. According to the sources in the FSSAI, pizza and burgers will undergo extensive tests. In a move which has not happened before, the food watchdog is contemplating asking junk food makers to provide nutritional value in their food. A scientific panel will check if they can ask fast food companies to tell consumers if their food is high in fat, sugar or salt content. Kamaljeet Sandhu now joins me live from the national capital. Kamaljeet, this has not happened before and this is a huge development as far as the FSSAI is concerned.
Definitely, after the Maggi controversy, we all know that FSSAI has come into the fore. It's not only looking at the packaged and processed food, now they're also contemplating looking at burgers and pizzas. They say, like what happens in foreign countries, they want to really check as to what the sugar as well as fat contents are in the junk food. We have with us a couple of youngsters who do frequent all these fast food places. Do tell us, this is a move which has been planned by the FSSAI. This is the Food Authority of India. How do you really see that? Do you think this should have happened earlier? There are very few fast food companies which actually put out as to how many calorie intake there are, what is the food content, what is the salt content, what is the sugar content.
I think it's a very good decision that has been taken by the government, and I think it should have been taken a lot earlier, because these days people are health conscious, people are getting health conscious, and they should know actually whatever they are eating, because if we are getting a packaged food, we have all the information, how much calorie, how much sugar content, or what all kind of...
So that is what I wanted to really ask. Earlier it was only about packaged and processed food. We would know as to what the contents are. Some of them there would be a discrepancy. If you would just step forward and tell us, this is also about food, junk food, open food, when you go and buy in a restaurant, especially in a fast food with burgers and pizzas that are obviously mushrooming all over India. How important do you think it is for a consumer to know the calorie intake as to how much sugar and salt intake there is?
So I think as far as it's important about knowing the lead content in Maggi, to be precise, I think there are several other products, let's say cigarettes, which also created another controversy. So it comes down to every product that a customer is consuming. So let's then just generalize the policy in terms of all the FMCG products that are there in the market.
This is a move which has been taken in foreign countries. This is still being contemplated. It's not happened. It's still being contemplated. How much do you think should there be a voice that this should actually be happening on the ground?
You see, to be very honest, this has been first time that it has happened for Maggi. I mean, for the Nestle thing product. But we as youngsters, if we are going to any restaurant, we never usually bother.
But this is just not about Maggi, it's about pizzas and burgers, something which you eat fresh.
That's what I'm telling. We never bother about, we take a burger, let's say we take a burger or a pizza, we never bother what content it's having, what fat, cholesterol it's having. I mean, we're just having it. It's written only on the outer box or on the packet. We never bother about that. Okay, so it should either be generalized for every other product, even it's a burger, pizza, or any fast food.
There you have it. Why just for pizzas and burgers? It should be everywhere. That's the word coming in from the youngsters. But definitely, as far as the move by FSSAI is concerned, they're still contemplating this move. They say they will check with the scientific panel. They will check with the other authorities whether this can really happen in India. Now, one or two companies do actually put out the calorie intake, the salt and sugar intake, but it's not the rest of them. And why just limited to pizzas and burgers? Many are obviously saying it should be done to the Indian food as well.
All right, Kamaljeet, thanks for bringing us up to speed with that big news and development that could possibly be a huge setback for a lot of the burger companies and fast food companies in India. Now, days after the food watchdog FSSAI ordered the recall of 9 variants of Maggi from markets across the country, a new blacklist targets many other high-profile brands, and that includes coffee giant Starbucks, which is facing the heat with over 30 of its products being denied approval by the food regulator. And joining me in the studio is nutritionist Manjari Chandra. Also joining me live from Mumbai is Mr. Vivek Patki, consumer rights activist. Mr. Patki, if I could come to you first, would you say that this is an overreaction or belated action by the FSSAI in this case?
Firstly, I would welcome the action of the FSSAI. I would also welcome your own sharing of the news, because I don't see any other channels carrying this particular news. I think we are in a stage of transition So far, the food safety standards had not been codified, and now the Food Standard Safety Authority is doing a good job. I think they should be encouraged, rather than this kind of a talk about companies being victimized, etc., etc.
All right. Ms. Chandra, coming to you now, we've always known how unhealthy burgers and fast foods have been. It's not something new. So would you say this is belated action or an afterthought by the FSSAI after the Maggi incident?
It's not an afterthought. It's definitely something that would have been done long back. It should have been done. It's been done now, and it's a welcome move to start with.
But we do know it's unhealthy.
Yeah, but the thing is, we know it, but then there should be some regulation. For example, yes, I practice and treat patients, and most of our patients eventually come with stuff like obesity, high cholesterol, come with diabetes, and a lot of it is thanks to our food and our lifestyle. And if we could do corrections at any level, which could be regulation, could be one of the correction, because it also makes people aware. Putting regulations also makes people aware, makes them choose more wisely, and yes, it also helps in sort of countering the amount of excess salt and sugar and oil that is being added freely by these companies. Because
all right. Let me get in a word from our correspondent Mayuresh also. Mayuresh, Starbucks is one of the companies, the coffee giant that's under the scanner, and you've been to some of the outlets in Mumbai, and it seems that even after it's under the scanner, some of the controversial products are still available on its shelves.
Certainly, the products like a hazelnut syrup, or you can say a cappuccino, or you can say the vanilla syrup, they are easily available. We are being in the morning. We are been to the Starbucks outlet here in South Mumbai. We asked them for this particular syrup, like a hazelnut syrup on the coffee and other syrup, and they were easily available. So, though these products are on the reject list of the FSSAI, but still these products are easily available in Starbucks South Mumbai outlet. Back to you.
Mr. Patke, if you're still with us, do you think it's time that it's been made mandatory? We see it on cigarette covers, there's a statutory warning. Is it time for a statutory warning for unhealthy meals that we have, so that the consumer at least is aware and well aware of what he or she is consuming?
No, I would say that what is healthy or what is unhealthy is highly debatable.
Yes.
Anything that is in moderation is healthy, and anything that is in excess would be unhealthy. So therefore, perhaps it's not possible to label food products in a blanket way. On the other hand, when people are under medical advice, they should observe whatever restrictions have been given. Now, as far as this Starbucks thing is concerned, I don't believe that a product withdrawal has been ordered. So, and the company is saying that it's on account of some technicalities, and those technicalities have been removed, and apparently the approval will be obtained. So, however, whatever the thing is, I wish that Food Safety Standards Authority would warn the public and not merely their FDA officials.
All right, Ms. Chandra,
I would have appreciated if there had been more details on this as to why the particular brands have been rejected.
Well, as of now, 32 products of Starbucks have been blacklisted. I'm going to come back to you, but coming back to you, Ms. Chandra, you have a lot of people who come to you, like you said, with issues of obesity and other issues as well. It'll be interesting to know what kind of patients you get. Are the children who are really interested in junk food? Is that the the huge number of people that come to you? Is that the huge share of the clients that you have, the patients that you have? And is obesity the only reason and fallout of having junk food, according to you?
Yeah. So let's see it in perspective. For example, a small child who comes to see a pediatrician or to us because of overweight is not having, one, the understanding of what good food and bad food is. Availability, advertising has changed over the years. So obviously the acceptability of food which is not that healthy is very much easier now for children and for the parents. So children, when they come to us, they're obese and morbidly obese, and these children with the type of body fat that they're carrying, with the type of lifestyle, reduced physical activity, more access to video and internet and television, are obviously going to fall into the pit of being unhealthy adults, you know. So yes, correction is required, and such sort of regulation, such sort of action by FSSAI at least warns two people. One, the companies not to be too free and, you know, just sell anything without checking the contents. Two is, it also wants the consumer to be more careful with consumption.
All right. All right. Also, let's just tell our viewers that our Mumbai correspondent Mayuresh visited the first ever Starbucks outlet in Fort area in Mumbai. He sent us this report on the items blacklisted by the food regulator.
Which are on the reject list of FSSAI are not supposed to sell by the companies. As far as the latest list of FSSAI is concerned, the products such as you can say the classic tea, the coffee frappuccino, and you can say the hazelnut syrup of Starbucks are there on the reject list. But as you can see, these products we have bought from the Starbucks outlet in Mumbai, and you can see in the bills also that you can see here the coffee frappuccino is there, then you have a hazelnut syrup added in that. So all these products are, though they are on the reject list of FSSAI, but still the company is selling these products, and you can see we have purchased these products. In Mumbai with camera person Rajesh Revankar, Mayuresh Ganpate for India Today.
Mayuresh there has got that bill with him in which there are blacklisted items by the FSSAI, and this being sold with impunity really on the shelves as far as Mumbai's Starbucks outlets are concerned. But coming back to you, Mr. Patki, would you say that advertisement is as much of a villain of the piece as the companies who do not come ahead and give us a real picture of what they're selling?
Yes, for example, in case Starbucks is not supposed to sell these things and it is still selling, number one, it is violating the law. So therefore, action needs to be taken against them. But I'm wondering about a couple of things. Yes, there are also rules about advertising of food products, and there are some fresh sections which have been introduced, because of which both the media as also the advertising agencies who are parties to giving such misleading ads will be held accountable. So this is happening. It's in the pipeline.
All right, Mr. Patki, Ms. Chandra and Mayuresh, thank you so much for joining us on our Top Focus at 5 p.m. We, of course, will bring you all the developments. Well, it's not just Maggi, but a lot of other food products that are now under the scanner. And this, of course, is something very difficult for a lot of people across India to actually come to terms with.